Hey everybody, this is Kohdok here, and today we're going to do a fun little behind-the-scenes activity. Now, I know the next video isn't really here yet, but a lot of the problems with the videos that I make is there's kind of, the logistical need for the actual physical components to show up. So the thing is, I'm working on one that's about, art and layout, and I'm waiting for the card that I actually illustrated to show up, and I guess it'll show up when it shows up. But anyway, I figured we'd do a little behind-the-scenes look at the Kohdok Box of Junk that I'm currently working on. The first run only had about 20 boxes. It sold out in basically no time, so this time my run is going to be well over 100 boxes, although those 20 were pretty difficult in and of themselves. Those 100 has been a nightmare. So first of all, we have the boxes. These are actually like old promo boxes. These are like organized play prizes, the Game of Thrones box. They're a little larger than the ones I used in the last one, so they might not be packed quite as full. But I was able to get these by cutting a deal. I was able to get these for actually a little less than you normally pay for a size 200 box. So I have a huge number of these. I bought like 27 of these organized play kits. Each one had 4 of these boxes, which is where I get the 108 number from. Although it also, hilariously, each of those came with only 4 boxes, but they came with 16 copies of the card for Jon Snow. So I have many copies of the Jon Snow card. I could make it rain Jon Snow, or I guess more accurately you could say I could make it snow. But anyway, these they're straightforward. They're the same thing. I guess if we want to count Game of Thrones as a bonus anything, it's going to be a bonus something. Although a change for international buyers. If you are from outside of the United States, it is going to now be sent in a flat rate box. Believe it or not, because cards are heavy, a flat rate box is actually cost effective for me. All you're really missing out on, though, is the Game of Thrones box. This is basically, to help me, to help everybody else. The thing is, last time I did it, I actually had miscalculated the weight, so I basically undercharged everybody on shipping. So I am going to be putting in the proper weight this time to, so the cost is going to go up a little bit. Basically, the shipping cost is going to go up a little bit. It's one of the reasons I'm going to do flat rate, is because that's the same up to 20 pounds. So that's actually, it's going to be cheaper for international buyers this time, but it's going to be a little bit more for these folks. I paid the necessary additional shipping out of pocket. I consider that, a failure on my part. That was my mistake. I'm glad I made those mistakes on a really small run, so it didn't, absolutely destroy me. Anyway, the contents of the boxes are going to be relatively the same. So this shelf I have right here, I have actually, I just bought this recently. Right now, is it? There's no way it's buckling under just these boxes here. But I grabbed this to maybe in the future stash my games on, but for now it's gonna be holding the components here. And here we have our starter deck. Yeah, there's a lot of Decipher games in here. So what happens is, if you buy a box, you get one deck. One deck out of here, just out of this random assortment here. Last time, a bunch of people bought 2 boxes because they wanted, because later they said they wanted to get 2 matching decks. Well, I'm not doing that. I want to get this out to as many people as possible, and I figured the people who order more want greater variety, so I included different starter decks. That said, I will have a lot more 2-player starters at my disposal, like these Hunting ones here. They were only the decks. I was able to get them for sinfully low. But the thing is, if a game ships as a 2-player starter set, I'm not going to cheap out and give you just one of the decks. If it's a 2-player starter set like this, or like the UFS, or I think yeah, the Redemption back there, then you're getting both decks. Now, the thing about the Hunting decks is these are the half decks that the players use, but it's also missing like the playmat, the rule book. Importantly, it's missing the mission cards that you need in order to play. But I've already put together a kit, basically a print and play kit that has not only all the mission cards from the starter set, but a bunch of bonus missions as well. The thing about the mission cards is they don't need to be, terribly well developed. They don't get shuffled into any decks. Most of them don't even need to conceal what they are, so you just get some sleeves and you can go. Like, there's only one mission where anything has to be concealed. The rest you could just print out the paper and go for it. So there are a lot of starter decks here. I was able to average these about $2 each. There, like I said, there's a lot of Decipher here. We got Mega Man and Dot Hack and Wars. I'm pretty sure was Decipher as well. That's the Decipher Star Trek. There's actually 2 Star Trek games. One was by Decipher and another one was by Fleer. And would you hurt me if I said that I think the Fleer one is actually a little better design-wise? It's a lot more straightforward, the Fleer one is. It's weird. Maybe I'll talk about it someday. We also have this game called Villainy. I did just do a video on LCGs, or ECGs, where it's games where the deck comes fixed. I'll get that later. So Villainous is a game where Villainy is a game where you play as a villain who has a completed deck out of the box, and the goal is you want to finish building your masterpiece, your gigantic monster, and you want to use that monster to destroy the secret layers of the other players before they do the same to you. So you have like a Gorilla Grodd type character who uses monkeys. You have a mad scientist who has like robots and specimens, and then you have a high school girl who's made contact with the elder gods. And it seems interesting. It'll be fun to take a look at. I've also got some really old L5R in there. The biggest dilemma, I think, is going to be getting some of these like mats and rulebooks packed in, like the UFS ones. The box for the UFS is just enormous. So it has these enormous like play mats and rulebooks and stuff. It's going to be a bit tricky to stuff those into the boxes. They might come a little dented, a little damaged. I apologize, I can't really fix that. Unless you're like an international seller, a buyer, then I might be able to stuff the whole thing in there more adequately. So each box is going to contain one of these starter decks. Either one of these like boxed sealed starter decks or one of these double decks here. I have roughly half of my collection here is double decks. So I'm going to have plenty of double decks to give away. So if you're one of those folks who wanted to buy 2, they let you give instructions in the shipping request. You can say, "Oh, I want a double deck," if you want like a straight up playable format. Otherwise, these are for folks who just want to, you know, collect and see new cards that maybe they haven't experienced before. And of course, with every box, you get not just 1 starter deck, but 3 booster packs. So I have a ton of the booster packs for this weird game called Ophidian 2350. It was a game, I believe, by Fleer, but they had to pull it. They say they pulled it because their sports division was not doing well. I think they pulled it because it's kind of a crud game. There's also going to be L5R. Everybody's going to get one of these. And then over here we have like the random assortment. I know they're in the Monarch box, but this is just the box I opened on stream. But we're going to have, we got some NFL Rush Zone. Any of you guys remember that? We got some more L5R. These are mainly here in case I like run out of other things. Here's a fun one. Battle cards. I did a video on this one. I don't know if I put it up yet. We got Crusaders of Lornia. A lot of people were asking about, you know, the brightly colored box in my last follow-up video. It was the deck for Crusaders of Lornia. It's a weird one. It's kind of a hybrid of Yu-Gi-Oh! And Duel Masters. It is unusual. And we have some MetaZoo packs here, which are probably also going to be supporters here. But we also got like some Dot Hack packs and some Age of Sigmar packs. We got some Hunting packs. It's going to be a good time. Although, to my astonishment, the most difficult one has been the single cards. So while I only need like 1 deck and 3 booster packs, I need like 100 of these like loose single cards in order to fill everything out. Each of these boxes here, each of these rows basically represents about 10 cards. We also have these tins here, which have stacks of like smaller collections, more unusual cards. Funny thing about these tins is, like I said in another video, tins are a terrible way to store cards, and that's because while cards have like hard edges and stuff, the tins, because they're made of metal, they have to have like these curves here, like the curved lines on the sides here, so they're really terrible for storing cards in. Hilariously, before they did these, L5R actually put them into these boxes. So this box is actually really neat, because what it is this is not like the cheap cardboard you normally see on booster boxes. This is actually like the nice like board game box. Like you can kind of see there's like a window here. You can see like how nice and thick that cardboard is. And what this is it's basically an Elite Trainer box like folded over and able to stash a ton of cards. And this is a booster box. So there would like normally be packs in here. These packs are normally what's hanging out in there. The problem is, in order to actually have these boxes this large, I mean, these are nice, these are great, they stash the cards vertically, it's wonderful, but this is a 48-pack booster box, and that would be pretty expensive in a lot of places. I mean, a 15 card per pack game, or 16 card per pack game like Magic could do this with 36. I think it's really nice, though. I love it when boxes can be used as additional storage. This is one of the nicest I've seen, and then for whatever reason they moved to this. They cut down the number of booster packs, but they increased the number of cards in each pack, so the packs found in this would fit perfectly fine in one of these at the same quantity. I don't know why they changed it over to tins. I think maybe tins were still a big trend at the time, the Pokemon tins, the Yu-Gi-Oh tins, yada yada yada. Not a graceful time. Over here we have one of our contributors here. It's a game called Runiverse. It is a game crafter game. It's probably one of the better looking ones, I'd say. I'm going to use a term in my art video where I say that a game must bare minimum be polished and consistent. Runiverse is a good example of a game whose visual style is polished and consistent. They're also the example that Game Crafter uses for custom cut cardboard tokens. So they're definitely worth a look. He made like these little like 6 card packs to throw in. These I'm not counting these as booster packs. These are part of the singles, so these are gonna be a fun little bonus for you guys. Although speaking of fun little bonuses, over here we have some of the like random giblets that I'm gonna throw in. We have like some mats, some card game folders, but a lot of these Pokemon dice. What's happening right now is Pokemon is undergoing a bit of a correction in its valuation, and these are the like the dice and token sets that come out of Elite Trainer boxes, and I got these for sinfully cheap, because what happened is at the height of the Pokemon craze, where people were just going and taking multiple shopping carts to clean out Targets, they were buying all the Elite Trainer boxes to get the cards inside, but they wound up with a ton of these. So I was able to get these for like obnoxiously cheap. Those are going to be a lot of fun. And over here, hilariously, these boxes are actually nothing but I actually found these at Goodwill, but they are stuffed to the gills with perfect fits. So these are all perfect fit sleeves here. I might be using these for padding. I'm definitely using them to help divvy up some of the cards, which I've been organizing to fit properly into packs, but I'll probably be using some of those to fluff things out as well. But yeah, at this point, the thing that I'm really straining on is the single cards, because I need 100 of them. So it's been difficult to get them cost effectively. I can't just buy like the booster packs that are $1, because that's like 10 cents a card, and that's like $10 if I go with all the cards. So it's why I've been reaching out to games to say, hey, if you got loose cards, I'll take them. Loose cards are kind of difficult to sell. But hopefully I have about like I have like well over like 60 loose cards here, maybe even 70. I have some more coming in the mail. I actually hilariously from Troll and Toad, actually, I actually tried to buy like they said they had like penny bulk, like 1 penny per card. And they said it was foreign cards. I was like, oh cool, those are gonna be like Italian and Spanish and German. And I'm like, if those are Magic the Gathering cards, but since they be unusual in that they are non-English cards, those would work really well in the box. But of course, by foreign cards, they meant last year's pack chaff. At this point, I have like 70 of them. I have some more penny bulk on the way. That should hopefully get me like at least really close, if not straight up there. So these should be ready pretty soon. I imagine they'll be good by early to mid-August, although it might be August by the time this goes up. But yeah, that's just a progress report on the Kohdok Box of Junk. Although another side effect of getting the Game of Thrones like play kits is I also have like 27 of these Game of Thrones like playmats, and they're nice playmats. They're like the neoprene, like the nice heavy neoprene playmats. The thing is, I don't need this many. I don't know if I should make like like make some of these into like a truly useless edition that costs a bunch more, but also has like the playmat and some other stuff in there. That might be fun. But yeah, that is the current status of the Kohdok Box of Junk. I'm gonna work on some more videos today. I'm gonna try to get the script done, and I'm gonna see if I can ping my associates to see if I can get that card in a bit quicker. So yeah, until next time, this is Kohdok signing off.